key is going to be, they're going to stay more compact and look to break. So it's just a matter now hitting them on transition and just picking up the tempo, making sure that the game speeds up. And, now it's a lot faster for them because at this level, it's a lot faster than what they're used to playing.
They needed to score 4 goals Saturday night to win the spring season, and Indy 11 did so. Longtime Chicago Fire fan, Bob Lowry, battling cancer, as you like to say. Bob, the Chicago Fire are moving from your left to right on your radio dial this evening. Thanks for listening to us. This is the 4th round of the 2016 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. 5 wins away from earning a berth in Champions League. A big carrot there dangling.
Well, that's the thing. And I mean, I think that, the Fire's won this tournament 4 times, and them and Seattle, the 2 MLS teams that they've won it 4 times. But you're right, it's 5 games to have a trophy early on, and it all starts in tonight's match. And it's great when you have a game like this early on, playing at home. You don't have to travel, and I think that's a benefit, especially when you have that little break, the 2-week break.
First touch of the ball there for Gwaan Aniki. Holster looking for room. Emerging with the ball out of the dust, it's Indy 11. Here's Mares. South Bend, Indiana native Dylan Mares wears number 6 for the visitors in white. Zaid. Marco Franco whipping it across. Comes down Patterson. Vukovic, he had a dangerous cross in that win Saturday that led to a goal, but they're denied by Kocic.
And that's the one guy, when Vukovic does get forward, you have to make sure that you pressure him right away, because he does have a lot of quality with his left peg there to find runners in the box, whether it's Braun or Zaid. So when he gets forward, and he's on the ball, I know that's something that the Fire worked on to make sure that they close those wide areas and they don't give them time to pick out those runners in the box.
Settled down by Brad Ring, the longtime San Jose Earthquake. Marco Franco, a first rounder in 2014 by the Chicago Fire. He was 13th overall, Franco. Falvey, the former Ottawa Fury man, the Irishman, begins this attack. Gehrig with the start tonight. And a good beginning to this match for Eric Gehrig. Aniki stops David Accam at midfield.
And you can just see already with Indy, Brad Ring is going to be the guy just going to sit a little bit deeper, more of a defensive-minded guy. Make sure that they always have numbers up, especially if they're outside backs, whether it's Franco on one side or Vukovic get forward. They want to make sure that they have numbers up in the back, 3v2. They don't want to leave Gwaan Aniki and Accam 2v2 with the 2 center backs.
John Bush there between the sticks for Indy 11. Matt Lampson gets the nod for the men in red. Brandon Vincent sprouting up. Gwaan Aniki. Alvarez lays it off for Cham. Holster spots Ramos down the right side. It's Ramos. Takes it wide for the first time this evening, but easily closed down by Indy 11.
It's good stuff there by Lacroix. Am I saying it right? That's the French pronunciation, I guess. Just staying with Ramos. He does have pace out wide, so it's be interesting to see that matchup. But, early on, you can just see that. I mean, obviously, Indy's going to just drop back in their block of their 8 and just leave kind of Braun and Zayed on top and really stay compact and organized and just look to counter. So it's really important just for the Fire now. There's an opportunity to be quick in transition to hit them. If not, then the ball movement's got to be a little bit quicker now. 1 or 2 touch play just to unbalance their lines.
It's the voice of Chicago soccer legend Frank Klopas. I'm Dan Kelly. So good to have you along tonight on the broadcast. Still early times here in Bridgeview, Illinois. It was Lacroix, nullified. And trying to get a look there, the most dangerous Indy 11 forward, Zayed.
Well, that's the one guy when he gets forward, Vukovic. We talked about him just making sure that there's pressure on him. He's gotten a little bit too much time on the ball, you know, and that's happened because I think the Fire have let them switch the point of attack. And we've talked about the 3 midfielders. Once you get them isolated on one side, it's so important just to force the ball down the channel, which makes it pretty predictable for the back line. If they have the ability to switch their point of attack, you know, it takes a while for those 3 central midfielders to cover the whole width, and there's going to be more space for Vukovic on one side and Franco on the other.
Bumped forward by Polster. Alvarez, Cham. Vincent couldn't catch up to that pass. A little reminder, make plans to see the Chicago Fire in their next MLS home match Friday, July 1st against the San Jose Earthquakes. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. and make sure to stick around after the final whistle to enjoy a post-match fireworks show. To start your holiday weekend with the Chicago Fire and post-match fireworks, just visit chicago-fire.com/tickets today.
Dan, just early on, but you can just see already 6-7 minutes into the game, just a little bit the rhythm, the timing, just the passing's a little bit off. It's going to take a little bit of time for this team, after the Fire team, after the 2-week break, just to get all on the same page, their timing and just, you know, their movement to be synchronized again. A little bit sloppy early on, but it's going to get better.
We've noticed that with the passing, and that's something you've been talking about all day, is that's going to be the challenge for the Fire to reclaim their rhythm.
The rhythm and just the tempo to make it a little bit quicker, you know, not play to the tempo. It just seems right now everything is a little bit slow. You know, this is Indy's pretty comfortable with.
As the cross comes from Ramos, taking a deflection, not a problem for John Bush.
The tempo of the game, the way it started. So even if there's not a lot of space, it's just the ability to move the ball quicker, 1 or 2 touch play, and just make this Indy team just, you know, move from side to side and just work defensively without the ball. And then obviously when you get those moments where you can create the numerical advantage with the ball movement, then you can attack with pace.
Raavan Eesh drawing the free kick, and the Romanian stays down for a bit. And these guys are fans too, watching the Euros and Copa America. I'm sure a lot of the Chicago Fire players itching to get back onto the field.
You know, definitely there's so much soccer on, especially Raavan, you talked about it. His team Romania played today.
Shimmying loose is Alvarez. But a nice tackle quickly quiets down the Fire's attack.
And that's a good spot for Alvarez there in those pockets where he can get the ball and turn. And if they're able to find him more with those early balls, I think they're, you know, the Fire is going to be able to create a lot of opportunities.
It was Falvey with the most recent defending for Indy 11.
Because Alvarez got that quality, you know, whether to finish plays off with, he's got a really good left foot, but also the ability now just to pick runners as they make those runs behind the lines. Really clever player in that final third. Can bring that quality and something different up, obviously, to the team and to the game.
Pressure from Aniki, forcing the turnover there on Franco. Brandon Vincent. Right before MLS went dark with Copa America, it was Brandon Vincent playing some of his best soccer during his young MLS career. Ramos, a little behind Coach Eesh, he has to wait for it. It's Brandon Vincent. Eases his way down the left side. will be the first corner of the game for the Chicago Fire.
And that's where Brandon, I think, has to be a little bit more decisive when he gets that ball. Just really attack Franco, because I think he's got him for pace.
This is Vincent again. Will be another corner as Alvarez makes the trot. Not struck very well by Alvarez. Trying to reclaim it as Brandon Vincent. Will be a throw for the Fire.
You know, in so much games like this, Dan, it's just about, you know, getting that first goal. Because if you do an early goal like that, I mean, it just changes Indy's approach to the game also. Now they have to push, open up a little bit more, and obviously you find a lot more spaces now to attack.
And if Indy 11 can ever sneak in the first goal, well, then all of a sudden the home team starts to feel the pressure.
This becomes more difficult, because then, you know, they can sit back. I mean, obviously, you see their plan here already, staying compact, and they're an organized team. The lines are very tight together, front to back, and it's not so easy to break down. But, you know, and especially, you said it, if you give up an early goal like that, it just, you know, makes it that much more difficult.
Cham whistled for a foul in the penalty area. 20th season for the little keeper with the big heart, John Bush. Won an Open Cup in 2002 with Columbus, and there's the head man, speaking of experienced, Tim Hankinson. Second full-time manager in the history of Indy 11, now in their third season. Indy 11 now trying to threaten the other way. The cross coming, dealt with quickly by Eric Gehrig, but now the first try from the corner for Indy 11.
And this is where Ramos has got to, you know, in the first 13 minutes here, he's got to really figure out, you know, his opponent there. You know, he he dives in, he doesn't get the ball, and obviously Lacroix, he's got a lot of pace there, so he's, you know, it's better not to dive in if you don't get the ball, and he goes around, and, you know, I think that's, we talked about that battle there on the side, and then it becomes really dangerous because they do have some quality then.
Good service. Gehrig again was closest to the ball for the Fire.
As a defender, the minute you slide, it's almost like you have to get the ball. I mean, that's got to be your last option. And I think this is where a young player like Rodrigo's got to read that situation a little bit better.
Justin Braun. 9th year of pro soccer for a well-recognized name in North America, Justin Braun.
It's amazing talking about that. Just something comes to my mind when I read something about the great Paolo Maldini that played. He says, once I slide, I'm beat already. You know, it was so much with him reading the play, and even though with his tremendous pace and experience, you know, he said that's the last option. If I slide, I'm beat already.
Cham up for it, second ball. Parried aside by Matt Lamson. His first work of the evening.
Didn't get a lot behind that one. It's just that second ball coming out, and, you know, the Fire were a little bit late to react to it. Patterson picked up that ball and I don't think got quite enough behind it. And then Lamson just pushes it out for a corner.
The man from Scotland, Patterson, will whip it in. Second corner for Indy 11. Picking up the scraps, here's Mayers. Campbell and Gehrig colliding, rising up for that. Helped away by Khalid Cham. So not a lot of touches so far in the early moments for Gwaan or David Akam. here in the 15th minute. Well anticipated out of the back there by Franco, but given away cheaply in the midfield.
Just telegraphed that one a little bit, but you just need a little bit more movement as Aniki comes there checking for the ball now. Can you have a calm running behind him, or even on this left channel here, Vincent, giving Polster more than just one option to play. But I think definitely they have to look to attack more of the wide areas, because as you know, Vukovic and Franco, technically they're very good players, but I do feel that the Fire have an advantage over pace, and if they do move the ball quick and just, you know, switch the point of attack with some movement from Ramos or Vincent and try to create this overloads out wide, kind of get opportunities to break through.
Gwaan, a calm. Didn't get full contact, ends up being an easy claim for John Bush.
That's just a good play though, good read by Chiam to step in and win that ball. You know, and Chiam, and you know, obviously, sorry, Akam wishes he had that one back, because he had a little bit more time on that one. I just think, you know, and that's one of the things. You're 2 weeks out now. It's just you get in those moments, and you know the timing is a little bit off. The sharpness is not there. That's why I think this game is important. It's also crucial to make sure that they're very focused early on in this 15-20 minutes into the match.
Lacroix dances his way into the area. With the attempted rip there, Brad Ring. Will be the third corner of the evening for Indiana's team, is Veljko Paunovic. Knows how important this tournament and trophy is to the Chicago Fire, as Patterson. Zaid got ahead to it.
No, they do have some big guys going in there. You know, obviously with all the set pieces, because Zaid is 6'2", Braun obviously 6'2", 6'3", Vukovic coming in. So they have some big targets that they can aim for in the box. So I think just, you know, given all this opportunities through set pieces, dead balls, corners, I think, you know, the Fire got to clean that up.
A reminder, Chicago Fire Soccer in the Community has announced its 2016 Little Sparks and Summer Camp locations for children ages 2 to 16. All abilities welcome. For more information on specific program locations, visit chicago-fire.com/youth. Patterson again. Just a touch behind Justin Braun. Ramos with the clearance. There it's Aniki using his height advantage to win the aerial challenge from Gwaan, but now it's Aniki losing it to Alvarez. Cham down the left side. Kali Cham cuts to the middle, lets it rip wide of that far post, but not a bad idea.
And you can just see that, and you're right, not a bad idea at all. You can just see what he was trying to do as he cuts inside. He's looking at the back post, and it's a good effort there. You know, but good opportunity on the break. There you see it again. He cuts inside and he's trying to bend that ball in the back post, but I think, you know, Bushy had that one covered all the way, but not a bad idea. Good opportunity on the break there. When they get it, they have to go quick, because you can just see the numbers that Indy gets behind the ball.
It's only been 19 minutes, but this has been the most comfortable Kali Cham has looked in a Fire shirt during his brief stay. Polster absorbing the foul there from Dylan Mayers. Mayers, one of 3 left from the 2014 opener for Indy 11. Little interchange there between Ramos and Alvarez. It's Raavan Eesh. Offside flag coming up here in the 20th minute. Well, fans, the U.S. men's national team has reached the quarterfinals of Copa America Centenario and will square off with Ecuador tomorrow night. All fans are invited to come out and enjoy an authentic watch party experience at the Private Bank Fire Pitch in Chicago, featuring drink specials, ticket giveaways, and more. Kickoff set for 8:30 p.m., but arrive early to claim your place in the pub or on the outdoor patio. That's the Copa America quarterfinal watch party at the Private Bank Fire Pitch tomorrow at 8:30 p.m.
A great place to be watching a game. It's amazing, and what an opportunity for the U.S. team. I give them a nod in that game, and what a rematch it would be if they played Argentina, a rematch of the 95. Maybe the U.S. can win 3-0 again in that one. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I know a guy that played in that game and contributed. Our own Frank Klopas, as this is Indy 11 in the 21st minute. From far away, the attempt there by Brad Ring.
Just got to make sure that we just step up a little bit, to fire a little bit deep there once Ring or Vukovic comes inside and they pick up the ball and they're, going towards goal. You got to make sure that, whether it's Polster, Cochise, Chiam, they step up and they just don't give them, 10 yards of space to get forward and get a shot off uncontested there.
Ramos spotting a Gwaan makes a slippery little turn. Khalid Cham, flag stays down. Cham the cross, and it's a calm off the woodwork. Picking up the pieces. This is Gwaan. Matt Polster off target.
We saw that one a little bit, but what a great opportunity. I mean, they get the ball, and obviously Chiam makes that overlapping run. Great first touch, and you can see he's looking all the way to lay that off to a calm, and that's where you get chances like that, and now you got to convert those into goals, because now you're 23 minutes in, the game's been a little bit slow, you've been off for 2 weeks, you're not as sharp, but then now the minute you get an opportunity on the break, you put that one away and it changes everything, and golden opportunity there for the Fire.
And again, it was Khalid Cham, the orchestrator. Going the other way, Lacroix and Indy 11. Now it's Justin Braun. Alvarez and Ramos there to meet Braun. Jabbed away by Ramos, but Indy 11 stays behind the ball. Scooped into the area. Zaid was looking to get ahead on it. Quick distribution from Matt Lamson. Trying the quick counter. Holding things up a little bit is Polster.
And this is where I feel the Fire can be a little bit quicker playing there. I mean, it's a good outlet to Polster. Indy's very stretched, and you just got to go a little bit more faster pace and tempo, the commitment to make those runs without the ball. And once you hesitate, you give them an opportunity to get their set with their block of 8 now behind the ball, and it becomes much more difficult to break them down.
Ramos doesn't get through. Now a little more rhythm from the Chicago Fire, getting comfortable. 23 minutes in.
I don't want to say and jinx anyone, Dan, but you just get the feeling the minute that first goal comes in, and that's why it was such a big opportunity there. It's just going to open up the game, and especially from the Fire standpoint.
Heavy first touch there by Brandon Vincent. Couldn't recover to save it. It's interesting watching Jonathan Campbell tonight. He's relied, and admittedly so, on Johan Kappelhoff, just saying you always know where Kappelhoff's going to be.
The good thing with Garrick, though, he brings a lot of experience there too. I think that's the thing. He's a guy that's got a lot of minutes in this league. He's a veteran guy.
Good teammate.
Communicates really well, and if you look at the back line now,
Patterson, Mares, escaping there as Matt Polster, and with possession.
You look at that back line, and obviously Ramos and Vincent, the guys that have gotten a lot of minutes have played, especially Ramos of late, and then bringing Garrick there. I mean, he's just a solid guy. You know what you're going to get from him. brings a lot of experience. He's going to compete. He's not going to make the big mistake in the back.
Long ball by Coach Eesh. Aniki back there, keeping an eye on Kennedy, Gwaan, and Aniki. If you're just joining us, Kali Cham has probably been the best player on the field for the Chicago Fire so far. Almost set up David Accam for the opening goal of this 4th round matchup in the U.S. Open Cup.
It's been a good game early on for him because he's defended well, but then now, you know, he's got that ability where he sees the field and options before he gets the ball, and his first outlet, he's always looking to play forward and has that ability now to make those late runs from those deep positions, and it's not easy to track or pick up, and he's gotten some good opportunities to finish the playoff himself. It'd be a little bit more selfish, but in that last one, he looked up and he saw his forward and wanted to reward him, and other than the post, which happens to be the goalkeeper's best friend at times, it should have been 1-0 for the Fire early on.
Back to the cul-de-sac there for Matt Polster. Matt Lamson gets the start in goal. We anticipate Veljko Paunovic will go back with Sean Johnson for Saturday's MLS match against the Colorado Rapids. Good little interchange between Brandon Vincent and Kali Cham. Polster takes the hard tackle there from Braun in the first booking of this game.
Good call by the ref there. Sorry, Dan. Yeah, I mean, you can just see it's a late challenge where Polster just beats Braun to the ball. He commits to the tackle, and then he just gets his foot there. So, you know, the ref really is in a good position to make that call. And then you just see this played early. Not the greatest touch of Cochise there, but Polster's there to react quickly and just a late tackle. Good call. I like to see Vincent a little bit more when he receives those balls like that, just to open up his hips and see options playing forward, because that channel ball down to Igbon Aniki and the channel is on, and you know, if you play that and there's a foot race between him and, you know, and Falvey in the back, I would like to take that opportunity to take that 1v1 challenge all the time.
Dealt with well by Eric Gehrig. On the counter, the first time we've seen the pace from David Accam. He drags Franco with him and draws the call.
It's a smart play by Franco, though. I mean, not on the foul there, but he doesn't commit. He's trying to delay as much as possible, so there, you know, it gives an opportunity for the Indy players to get back in position and recover, but also Falvey there now is in a position that if Accam just pushes the ball, he's there maybe to help and double team, and you know, obviously not the smartest foul there, but gives the Fire an opportunity for a set piece here, which you got a guy like Alvarez that can deliver some quality balls in that box, and I think this is also an area they got to look to capitalize on tonight.
Curled in by Accam. And again, Kali Cham gets another look there off the free kick from Accam. Cham and Accam have been a frequent combination in this opening half. Well, Fire fans, the Chicago Fire Foundation is hosting a one-of-a-kind outdoor yoga class on Saturday, July 9th at the Private Bank Fire Pitch. Class is open to all experience levels and will run from 8 to 9 a.m. Attendees are encouraged to provide their own mat and a $10 donation to the Chicago Fire Foundation. For more information, visit chicago-fire.com/community. Word on the street is that Frank Klopas likes referees nowadays, and he's going to participate in his first yoga class this summer. Here's Gwaan trying to slip loose. Bush stopping that cross and pushes it out of trouble.
That's just a good ball into early ball to Gwaan. Really good job just to get the ball across into the area, and Bush just a even better job just to clear that one out of the danger area.
There he was working.
Firehead runners going in. Sorry, Dan. Yeah.
He was working on Falvey. From Kevin Egan's favorite country, a native of Cork City, Ireland, Colin Falvey. We're just a little over a half hour in. Points in all 5 away matches this year for Indy 11. A lot of draws. And the second highest scoring team.
Haven't lost, right, in 10 matches.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously you have Zayed who's got, 6 goals in 9 games. Started 9 games out of the 10, and Justin Braun, I think, has 3 in 9 games that he started.
David Accam racing away to save this ball, picks his head up and sees what's in front of him. Cool little turn. The cross intended for Cham. This is Brandon Vincent across the face of goal. Drops down for Ramos. Coach Eesh back to Ramos, watching him there closely as Patterson. Back to Ramos. Lifts it in out of the outstretched arms there of John Bush.
Just good to see, though, the numbers that the Fire are committing forward. With any cross out wide, you have Cham in the box with Gwaan, Accam, Cochise at time, Alvarez on top just to pick up those second balls. And obviously, they've done a very good job just moving the team forward and picking those second balls up and just keeping pressure on.
Alvarez, the short option. Accam off the corner. Racing in there was Coach Eesh. Polster drives it over the crossbar. So they've been creating chances better, the Fire, recently. In their last 2 MLS matches, a win over Houston, a draw against the defending champion Portland Timbers, and generating again a ton of chances here in the first half, but looking for that final finish.
Yeah, and I just think those chances are coming because when they win the initial ball and now their ability just to play quicker, whether it's that forward front pass or even when Indy is set, not just ability to move the ball quicker. Much of a great early ball here.
It's a good one by Alvarez. Accam helped aside by Bush. Again, not full force behind that Accam attempt. And
opportunities like this are going to come because they're organized, and it's great to see a guy like Alvarez there. Just the minute they win the ball through a mistake, just his head is up. He sees these options played, and that's what you want. You want this, David Accam now in space running one-on-one against you. Try to pick that back post, and it's just a good save by Bush there.
So the vision and quick decision making from Alvarez leads to another chance. Ramos, Gehrig was moving up for it. But it's recovered by Indy 11. Alvarez. Raavan, Coach Eesh. The cross gets by the hands of John Bush. but helped out by his defenders.
It's just good stuff by Chicago here. I just feel it's just a matter of time. You feel that goal coming. Indy seems a little bit tired. It's a good job by the Fire. They're just moving the ball, keeping possession. A little optimistic there by Rodrigo, taking 35, 40-yard shot, especially when you have Alvarez and players out wide and players and numbers in the box there. But they just got to keep the tempo really high. If they do that, then their ability to move the ball quicker and not slow the game down and not play into Indy's hands, the opportunities are going to keep coming, and one is bound to go in there.
Cham gets positioning there on Lacroix. Trying to slither loose is David Accam. But he is the one called. He's a little guy, and David loves to use those arms to his advantage. How do you think John Bush would do in the broadcast booth one day, Frank? He can talk, right?
I think, look, he's been around for a long time. I think John, no matter what he does, I think he puts 100% into everything. He'll be prepared. I think, yeah, I think he can do a very good job, I guess.
Also an assistant coach with Indy 11, so perhaps that is what his future will entail. Ramos and Alvarez move their way down the pitch. Turned over by Alvarez. Don't forget the Fire's next match in MLS competition, July 1st at Toyota Park against San Jose. Some post-match fireworks. What a way to start your holiday weekend with the Chicago Fire. Just visit chicago-fire.com/tickets today. Recovered by Raavan Kochish.
You just see Hankinson has made a move where they switched Lacroix here on the right side now, and Mayer's on the left, and I felt when it was the other way around in the beginning, they had a little bit more success with Lacroix just picking up the ball and running at the back line.
Cham gets it on goal, but right at John Bush again. He's been moving down that left side, Khalid Cham, and cutting to the middle, and he's been effective.
Cutting in the middle for shots like that, but also I think he's been really dangerous now.
A little gaff in the back. David Accam trying to exploit it. Bush preventing the cross. Another corner for the Fire.
Just a bad clearance there, and then obviously you see here David Accam picking the ball. What you don't see is that hard run by Alvarez on the weak side, and Accam saw him coming and he tried to pick him out. Just the pass was a little bit too soft. You see it a little bit better here. The minute he sees that, and they cut it short. But anyway, Alvarez made that hard run off the ball, stuff that we've talked about. He put himself in a good spot, and Accam saw him, just the pass was a little bit soft, and Bush did a good job reacting and picking that one up. But going back to Cham, I think that he's been very good early on. I mean, good with the ball. His defensive work has been really, really good. But now getting forward, you saw the couple times, Dan, when he's been able to pick the ball up on the left side, cut inside, and finish off plays. But he's made a lot of hard runs in the box, and he's also a threat in the air. So the one chance he had early on from a set piece, just missed a little bit wide.
And maybe no one has benefited more from the break than Khalid Cham. Just gets done with the full season in Hungary ending April 30th. So those 6 days off and away from the field, looks like it's benefited Khalid Cham so far. Where's number 19 here behind the ball for the Fire? Gwaan unable to hold it up. It will stay with the home team. So we look at that replay again.
You just see here again that the replay, the bad clearance by Falvey. Akan picks it up, and you see he's looking in the back post. That run that Alvarez makes, it just doesn't get quite enough behind that ball there. Bush is reading that play all the way, and it just, his positioning is good, and just, you know, is able to pick that one up. And there's another good opportunity though by Chicago.
Is that Matt Polster down for the Chicago Fire? Immediately summoning the training staff.
Yes, that's the only guy I don't see up, but
saw Logan pause there on the Fire bench. Veljko Paunovic, intelligent move, having Logan pause during the break. Explain to his team the importance of the U.S. Open Cup, especially since this proud club has raised the Lamar Hunt Trophy 4 times.
That 2006, Dan, you talked about it, was when the Fire won that title, marked the 9th time a team from Chicago won the Open Cup and made the Fire one of 6 teams to capture the crown. At least 4 times in the tournament's 100-year-long history.
And Frank, you talked about it prior to MLS, a big tournament with so much romantic history like the U.S. Open Cup. It was the glue that at times helped keep this great game alive in this country.
No, but it's also important, of course. I mean, they've won it 4 times, but we talked about that, you know, a team from Chicago, teams from Chicago have won it 5 previous times, you know, and I think it's so important before there was a professional league that this amateur teams and their ability to keep soccer going in this country, I think, was crucial. And here's that play there. It's hard to see what happened to Polster, but I think maybe he collides with Brad Ring there. Here we go.
Ball to the face and that clearance.
Yep, just the ball bounced off his shin and hit him in the face. But you know, I think it's important then to recognize, like when we talked about the other teams that have won it, other teams than the Fire. Chicago Sparta won it twice in 1938 and 40. The Vikings, Chicago Vikings, 1946. Chicago Falcons, 1953. And our Eagles, Chicago Eagles here, 1990.
Vikings, Falcons, and Eagles.
A little
NFL
bit of history.
Names.
Little bit of history.
Love to have a Chicago Falcon shirt. 43rd minute. It's Justin Braun. Picked up a yellow card earlier in this game. Trying to carve the shot through, and Indy 11 just wide. Their best look of the match.
Didn't miss by much. Just a little too much space that the Fire gave him just to cut inside, and he had time to get his set up and almost pick that back post. There's Mares now switching. I talked about it earlier. I didn't see him as much on the left side, but as a right-footed player, you got to know that he's going to cut inside and look to pick that back post. Just what he just tried to do there in the previous play. It just barely missed.
Some space for Alvarez. Cham down to his left. Gwaan Aniki sauntering into the penalty area. Back to Khalid Cham. Ramos wide open. Nice to see Matt Polster back in action. He's been a durable player, Matt Polster. Just his 2nd year of pro soccer. Scooped out wide by Gehrig.
Gehrig plays that ball, but I think the minute Polster got the ball, and I don't know if still he's feeling the effects of that hit, you know, if he's turning, he can hit that long diagonal ball 40, 50 yards with Rodrigo moving forward.
Franco
and he would be on, Dan. You just have to, you got to get that movement without the ball, and switch the point of attack a little bit quicker and get some more movement off the ball in those spaces that you have behind those channels out in those wide areas. That you need that movement and that switch of play. And Polster has that ability to do so.
A minimum of 2 minutes will be added to this opening half.
I think sometimes just a little bit slow when you're just playing from in your own line from player to player. Sometimes you got to look to bypass players and hit those diagonal balls into space.
Recovered by Patterson. Patterson's been good in this half. Gets it back from Braun. Patterson comes in. Campbell goes to ground. A corner upcoming for Indy 11.
Just really good play there by Justin Braun and Mayers there on the side, just combining. Braun is going to make those runs out in the channel, and then obviously Mayers makes that run cutting inside, doesn't get picked up, and good opportunity for Indy late in the first half here.
Flung in high off the corner, tracked down by Braun. Lacroix. Is Mayers with the attempt. Well, Indy 11 would be delighted with this current score line at the break.
Well, the longer the game goes on like this, the more, obviously confidence they get. It's been unfortunate the Fire have not been able to capitalize on their chances. They've had clearly some really good opportunities to open the score.
Maybe time for one more. In this half, a calm Brandon Vincent. Coach Eesh is there. Coach Eesh couldn't get to it. Directed away by Lacroix, but recovered by Polster. Chom to Coach Eesh. It's Raavan denied. Now floats it over to Ramos. Alvarez. That's going to do it for the opening half. A lot of good chances for the Chicago Fire. They can't find the solution. Indy 11 had a good late chance just wide of the goal. Frank, what do you think after 45 minutes?
Yeah, the one thing is that what you're going to expect from Indy. We talked about they're going to get behind the ball. They're going to try to stay compact. They're organized as a team, and they're going to look to hit you on the break. And I just think the Fire got to come out the second half and just push the tempo. The game's got to be a little bit faster. And when you get those chances like we talked about, you have to finish those chances. If you don't, you make it really difficult for yourself.
At the other end.
And it's good to see. This is one of the very few times in this game where Franco pushed forward, and right away when Lamson picked that ball up, I think Akam made that run into the channel that Franco left behind with his movement run, and he was right open to get that ball and run it the back line. I mean, Franco did a good job recovering, but just making him work that much more. If he gets forward now, just his ability now to take advantage of those spaces that they vacate with those with their runs.
Brandon Vincent will keep it on the deck for Chom, returning to Vincent, right into the awaiting hands of John Bush. Thanks for the patience, Chicago Fire supporters. and Indy 11 supporters and just fans of the U.S. Open Cup. Few technical difficulties, but the interwebs say we're back on. Still early times here in the second half. Alvarez spirits it in the middle there to Eesh. And again, we apologize for being down for a while. Back to the game action now as Mares got in the way. A quiet beginning to this second half. Cham loses to Lacroix. So Lacroix begins this attack. It's Braun to Zaid. But it's recaptured by Eesh. So we'll stay with Alvarez. Gwaan, he went down awkwardly. Keep an eye on number 77. As play goes on, Gwaan remains down on the field. Here comes Indy 11. The intervention from Ramos. Now to his knees, Gwaan at midfield. Slowly getting up. Stretching there is Campbell. And Kennedy Gwaan in the meantime walking off that knock.
Just think, you just hope that he didn't pull anything, because as he was trying to receive the ball and holding up Vukovic coming from behind, I think he got pushed a little bit from the back, and then obviously his feet gave under him and kind of looked awkward. So you're just always hoping that he didn't pull anything. Seems to be okay. It's a good sign that he's up, moving, starting to move a little bit better now.
Mares is contained down the left side. Eesh a little casual with it. But the Fire get away with it. Kali Cham. A calm and Gwaan to his right. Little space for Labraca. Alvarez trying to cut to the middle. Overshoots Gwaan.
It's always going to be a hard pass when he cuts in. He's just got one option there with Gwaan and not really a lot of space. It'd be great if Chiame did run to the back post.
Well, a reminder, Chicago Fire Soccer in the Community has announced its 2016 Little Sparks and Summer Camp locations for children ages 2 to 16. All abilities welcome. For more information on specific program locations, visit chicago-fire.com/youth.
But then, I talked about it. I wouldn't mind if, when Alvarez he seems to find a lot of space on, when he cuts inside, he's been cutting inside, and they haven't been able to step up and then close him down. If he's got that space, I'd like to see him take those shots from distance. He's got an unbelievable left foot, and force that back line out to step and pick him up. And if not, just go take the space and take those shots.
This is Campbell out of the back. A well-watched David Accam down that left side. And after that awkward collision and fall, Gwaan moving around better. Back down to the grass goes Gwaan. Advantage played, Fire. David Accam gets in and couldn't get that shot off as he was watched by Marco Franco. Again, the setup man, Alvarez.
It's just a great ball by Alvarez. Cuts inside and Don't know if that first touch, he exposed the ball a little bit too much. Maybe he wish he could have taken that first touch inside and been able to finish, but I think that Franco did a very good job recovering there. Because initially when you looked at that, you felt like Akam is in one-on-one with Bush there.
Just kind of petered out. Braun swings it wide. Ran out of room. 54th minute. Talked about the Chicago Fire Foundation doing their good work. They're hosting a one-of-a-kind outdoor yoga class Saturday, July 9th at the Private Bank Fire Pitch. Class is open to all experience levels and will run from 8 to 9 a.m. Attendees are encouraged to provide their own mat and a $10 donation to the Chicago Fire Foundation. For more information, visit chicago-fire.com/community. A little namaste. July 9th at the Private Bank Fire Pitch. Flag coming up as Akam was trying to filter it through to a Gwaan.
Are you doing that class, by the way, or no?
I think there's a road trip in Toronto where I would.
Okay.
Be pre-scouting there, Frank. Veljko Paunovic, his first experience with a little Chicago heat. Temperatures cooling off though now here. Indy 11 trying to threaten. Ramos there, defending.
Good stuff. I was just about ready to say Dylan Maris picks up that ball. You know, he's just looking to cut inside with his right foot, but I think Ramos didn't get fooled there. I think he's seen that one too many times. And
Akam felt the tug of his jersey there. That's why the whistle is sounded. Pleading for more. So lining things up, Arturo Alvarez.
Good spot here, Dan. You can see the opportunities to set pieces they had the first half.
Ripped in though, right to John Bush. Little bump from Ramos is detected. There on Nick Patterson, the quick restart. Braun will switch the conversation to the right side, and Lacroix. Making the overlap is Franco. Justin Braun will leave it out wide. Janiki's cross comes in. Rising up there was Gehrig. Picking up the scraps is Alvarez.
And here are the moments where they have to go quick.
But Alvarez's pass is taken back over by Franco and Indy 11. Approaching the hour mark, and Fire supporters who have been through a lot of weather delays in their U.S. Open Cup history, they don't mind a little heat tonight.
Well, right now it's a perfect night to play. I mean, the temperature has dropped and it's cooled off a bit.
And with this scoreline, the potential we might be hanging around for a while.
Well, I just feel that the Fire have to really push the tempo right now. I mean, they're the fitted team, they have the better quality.
Do you ever see MLS teams have the advantage late in these matches because of fitness, Frank?
Yes, I mean, obviously, sorry Dan, I was
watching the play.
Watching the play, and watching some of the fans here on the right side. I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously for sure. I mean, the teams, this Fire team is physically stronger. I mean, they're more athletic. You know, take nothing away from Indy. They have a lot of experienced players, but you can just see the difference makers that this Fire team has. It's just the opportunities they've gotten now. They have to put them away. This is something we've talked about, and especially games like this. I was a little bit concerned. We talked about it, that 2-week break, and it would take them a little bit of time to get into this game. But now it's the quality that they have, just the ability to pick up the pace and the tempo of the game and win the second balls and pressure the Indy team higher up the field and not really give them an opportunity to get out of their half. You know, just the ability to keep the ball and win those second balls and make them chase.
Alvarez helps keep possession. In Indy 11, they just played last Saturday, claiming that spring season.
Yeah, Hankinson has done a great job there putting this team together, and obviously all the new signings that he's been able to bring, guys with a lot of experience and obviously different qualities. And it's been a hard team to break down. They're very organized, disciplined, and not giving the Fire any space, and you know, they're content to sit back with their block of 8-9 there and make it difficult for Chicago to break through.
Brandon Vincent chesting it down. Will be a deep throw. As Alvarez is going to go off. Second substitution for the Fire in this game. As Joey Calistri, the rookie now, some fresh legs. So maybe it's Calistri who finds goal. Brandon Vincent flicks it into the area. Bush was there. What's Joey bring to this team now here?
I see him just pushing out wide to the right side here. And look, you know his work rate. This is something we talk about. He's an honest player. He's going to work hard. He's going to run up and down. He does have pace, and he does have that ability now that when play just develops on that left side to make those hard runs and put himself in good spots in the back post. But I think there's got to be more of an emphasis now on LaBroca and Chiam and Coach Eesh really through the midfield for someone to do something special, whether to combine, to beat someone off the dribble one-on-one, because you know they're moving the ball slowly. The Indy team is pretty organized, and now it's just got to take one special play, whether it's the forward line of Common and Aniki combining, or one of the midfielders just, you know, making a special play, beating one or two players and creating something.
Not giving Kennedy Gwaan a lot of time on the ball. And there it leads to a counter from Indy 11. So Veljko Paunovic has utilized two of his subs. LaBroca replacing Polster to begin this second half. And Calistri, the most recent one on for Alvarez. Vukovic.
And this is
long hit, parried aside by Lamson as Braun got it away.
And that's the one guy we talked about early on, Vukovic, and he brings that quality when he's on the field, and his ability now to play out of the back, but when he gets forward in that final third, and you just saw that, you know, he's got the quality to find Braun in between the lines and in that space where he's able to turn and get that shot off. So got to make sure now as the game goes on that they don't lose track of this guy. As he gets forward, they don't give him a lot of time on that ball, because he has that quality, Dan, we talked about, to find those open players or deliver that quality ball in the box.
It's a nice stop by Lampson. Vukovic, you may remember him with the Columbus Crew. Patterson stands over the ball. Punched away by Lampson. And this one just one paw to it as Mayers let it fly. But will be a corner for the visitors. Ring and Mayers ready. Launched in by Patterson. Slabroka helps it out and was also fouled. So we look at that last chance from Indy 11.
Well, there you just see it. It's a long distance shot. Really never. It's never a threat. Lampson had it all the way, just tipped it over. Didn't have the power to beat Lampson from that distance.
It's a wild night in U.S. Open Cup action. Sporting Kansas City heading to overtime with Minnesota. D.C. looks like they may be on the way to penalties with Fort Lauderdale. We're scoreless here in Bridgeview, 65th minute.
It's a little bit too static on top now. Every time the midfielders get the ball, whether it's Cochise, Chiam, Labroca, just got to get a little bit more movement for the front runners, Aniki and Nakam. They can't just be looking for those long balls. Now there's got to be movement, and they got to work together to create that space. Where maybe one is checking in and the other guy is looking to make those channel runs and pulling the back line, and then you can find the other one in those pockets and we can receive the ball. But there's definitely got to be a little bit more movement on top. You see Akam a little bit now in his ability to interchange with Calistri. He's going in the middle, he's coming out wide. So, and I feel he always feels a little more comfortable when he drifts out to this wide areas and he's able to pick up those balls in the channels and turn and run at the back line.
Taking his time, John Bush. Cham and Cochise sprouting up. Brushed forward by Ramos. It's been a good first year in MLS for Ramos. Had that flub against Portland on the clearance, but overall he's been solid. Gehrig calling for it. Well, that was the scouting report on Indy 11. You can maybe take advantage of them with your pace, but they're a difficult team to break down. And that storyline coming to fruition here.
Look, they're playing a different game obviously here against Chicago than they did when I saw them against Louisville, or their last game against Carolina. They scored 4 goals, so they scouted the Fire team well. They knew their pace. Obviously, then they knew that they can't give them that much space to attack their back line. And so they got behind the ball. They've stayed pretty compact and pretty organized. The Fire had their chances. And we talked about what an early goal would have done, but look, you got to just stay focused and make sure you find a way now to get a goal and advance, especially here at home.
Cham gets some help from Raavan Cochise on the takeaway. But they take advantage of Raavan Cochise's pass there. Vukovic trying to exploit it, but foiled. And Tim Hankinson going to his bench for the first time. So Eula will come on.
And this is the new forward they just signed. Dan, obviously 34 years old, but when you look at the pedigree and the countries he's played in Holland early on, and Anderlecht, obviously played in Hungary, has played in Turkey. So another guy that brings a lot of experience at a European level also.
He replaces Mares. So not a lot of movement up top from McCom or Gwaan Aniki here in the second half. There's a little layoff for Labraca. Back and forth they go. Cham now joins the party. David Akam, Raavan Kocic, Ramos making a meandering run into the area. With stingy defending from the visitors, Braun tries to go the other way. Nice job by Lacroix for Indy 11 to keep the ball. As Ring will switch it down the right side. There's some room for Indy 11. And the fresh legs there of Eula with the rip wide. You see an emotional Matt Lamson with some instructions for his back line.
Well, it was really good build up there by Indy. Worked the ball here from the left side and switched it to the right side to Franco, who found Eula in a very good spot in between the lines there. And the guy coming in, just he had a lot more time than you see. His first touch, it bounced a little bit. It just got under it. That was just good ball movement and a good opportunity by Indy here. And as this game goes on, Dan, you know, it's gonna be more stretch. There's gonna be more room, more spaces to play through. Maybe some mistakes. So just so important now to see who capitalizes on that. And if you would think with the quality of the Firehairs on the field, they're the team that's going to take advantage of the players fatigue a little bit and there's more space available.
Yellow card on Patterson, the second booking on Indy 11, joining Braun.
You just see it there again, just late on that tackle. Rodrigo opens the ball and he feels he has the ability, but Ramos showed some pace there to get first to the ball, and Patterson just came a little bit late.
Will be a corner. As David Akam makes the familiar trot. Calistri in motion in the area. Brandon Vincent there with the Akam. Brandon Vincent gets the cross through. Rising up was Raavan Kocic. But a foul in the area. This will come out in the 73rd minute. Fire getting ready for their third and final substitution of the evening. A step up by Brandon Vincent, but Indy 11 stays behind the ball. Smelling danger there, and a turnover. Akam and Gwaan Aniki. And now the third and final sub for Veljko Paunovic. Kappelhoff will come in for Ramos.
You see Kappelhoff just moving to the right side here, just taking Ramos' spot. He's played out right a little at times during the season too, Dan. Definitely showed the ability now to get forward. He's got the pace to do so. They could have done that or even moved Garrick out wide, but he's fresher coming in late into this game and can give you that extra player now to create this overloads out wide.
Kappelhoff, his first touch of the ball. Clever little overlap, takes it from Eesh. Kappelhoff the cross. No one near.
Well, that's a great run by Campbell. We talked about it. Fresh legs, great combination play. Just a great ball in. You just got to get some hard runs like Aniki, Calistri. They're all waiting for the ball to come back, cut back. You got to make those hard runs in the box. You got to make those near post runs.
Calistri looking for an opening.
No, I was just going to say, I felt it was a great.
Gwaan rises it over the bar.
Great ball in, but this one just didn't miss by much by Gwaan here. See, he gets it, just a quick turn. Almost picked that back corner up. You see him there. No one really steps to him, and it just turns, and it's just barely over. And what a dive there by Bush. Still has it, huh? Those springs in his legs. It's amazing. I think maybe he got a finger on that one.
You always want to, and that's not you, Frank, but everyone always want to rush to judgment and judge John Bush. He couldn't get to it because he's too small, but he's been proving the doubters wrong now for a couple decades in pro soccer.
Yeah, but not me. I've seen him over many games, and he's so quick, and his ability to read and be in the right.
Akam behind Calistri.
Right spot always, but when you need him to make that incredible save, and I've seen him make many of those, you know, and he's a guy that's really hard to beat, I'll tell you that.
Not an easy task this evening. Out of the dust here is Braun. Moving into the 77th minute. Calmly on the ball is Ring. Akam trying to find that game a little bit here late. Dashing forward, takes the pass from Labraca. Calistri makes the run into the area, as Akam couldn't keep it.
Just a heavy touch there.
Saw Matt Polster take a ball to the face on the clearance in the opening half, speculating that's why Veljko Paunovic took him out a little early.
Well, let's just hope he's okay. It's nothing more than that, and you have him available for the game in Colorado, but the most important thing now is the game at hand here.
Zaid with the chance as Franco launched it into the area.
Another good opportunity here. As you can see, this game is going late into the second half, and more opportunities for Franco to get forward on the right side, and he has time now with no pressure on the ball to really get his setup and really pick the runners of Zaid and Braun in the box there. The ball was just a little bit just in front of him. Game is getting really stretched now. It's just who's going to make that one play to.
Or that one mistake to open things up. Lacroix.
One mistake, one play. It just.
Hanging around. Brandon Vincent with the half bike, and Bush was ready. This is Vukovic. Campbell right there on Braun. Lacroix the other way. Out wide to David Akam. Kalistri and Gwaan into the area. Along with Kappelhoff. Stretching is Kali Cham to take the pass. And a good defending play there by Vukovic to intervene. Little possession here for the Fire in the 80th minute. The Fire will face Lacroix's old club this Saturday.
I just feel this Indy team right now, late into this game. They played, they looked a little bit fatigued. They're sitting a little bit deeper.
Aniki gets loose and puts it over the bar again. His second good look in the last 5 minutes for Kennedy Gwaan.
It's just another great opportunity. My point that I was just going to finish is just that the Fire just getting a lot more space in that final third, and Indy's slow to step up to him. I think there's going to get more opportunities now towards the end, but they just got to finish his plays, get it on target, make Bush make the save.
Daniel Keller coming on for Brad Ring for Indy 11 in the 81st minute. So the dance continues here, scoreless still in Bridgeview. As Kalistri was helped down. Gets up a little angered. So the visitors perhaps showing some slight signs of fatigue, seeing if the Fire can take advantage.
Well, look, I think you bring in Keller. Brad Ring has been injured, got into the last game a little bit, so it's a good sub by them just to bring some fresh legs now late into this match, especially the middle of the field.
Akam couldn't get it through the congestion. We've seen some slashing runs from Kappelhoff coming off the bench here. David Akam. He and Gwaan work it. But it's Braun and Indy 11 once again with it. Sneaking ahead is Braun. Campbell back for the Fire. Helps recover and earn a goal kick. Feeling the pressure on their home field here late with this scoreline.
It's 83rd minute now. I think, from Indy's side, they're going to be so very careful now just to make sure that they don't get stretched and they don't make any turnovers or mistakes in front of their own half, and they defended well. They stayed pretty compact, and for the Fire, they just have to make sure that just push this game and try to finish it here.
Here's David Akam trying to finish things into the area. Second ball, and it's Lacroix. He had the game at his foot, pushes it wide.
Here's that early ball now to Akam. Again, Franco does a pretty good job getting there, but Lacroix is the one just following the play as the ball drops to him. I felt there was a deflection because that ball looked like it was going. Let's see that again. Maybe just went over Vukovic's foot. I thought he hit that one to go out wide, but Indy got caught a little bit, stretched it out the field, and that early ball. It is this game now in the 84th minute. With this opportunity, the Fire just got to finish this off, Dan.
They've been there. It was a quiet start to the second half, but the chances have been coming more frequently from the Fire. A much quieter second half for Khalid Cham than in the opening 45. Kalistri racing down the other way. Kalistri causing a little concern. Knifes that shot through, but just an easy ground ball for John Bush. Nudged forward by Justin Braun. Zayed. Harmless cross, just watched out. An animated and emotional Veljko Paunovic. Pacing a little bit here during nervy moments. Aniki had a few good chances. Lacroix was just gifted an opportunity that was wide of the goal. Tim Hankinson, Indy 11's manager, watching on. The fresh legs of Daniel Keller wears number 15 for Indy 11. The push up from Brandon Vincent. And a yellow card. The first one lifted for the Fire.
Yep, you see this play again. Franco just plays it, it's blocked, and yeah, just reacts first to the ball. Just a late tackle by Lacroix there.
Maybe a little frustration from Nick Lacroix.
No argument there.
High free kick.
Never a danger there. Vukovic just floated it up to the back post. Really easy for Lamson to come out and pick that one up.
Rolls it right up the middle for Kocic. Says Kappelhoff. Thought about going to Gwaan, but will turn it back. Pushing forward is Khalid Cham. Kalistri tried to lay it off, but anticipated well by Indy 11. Both Kappelhoff and Kalistri racing back to quiet the situation. Wouldn't anticipate more than 3 minutes of added time. Floated over the top, it's Kennedy Gwaan. David Akam works his way in. Akam fires, and again Just over the bar, David Akam with the most recent chance.
And just, I'm watching this, it's just no one goes over to help Franco, and I'm just saying, what an opportunity for now Akam. You could just see one-on-one, cuts inside, and it's just looking at the back poster to bend it in, and just gets under there a little too much. But you see that play developing, and he had an ideal situation out wide in that channel, 1v1 against Franco, and you knew he was going to get by there, especially with Falvey being late to come over and help Franco. Akam was going to cut inside, and another golden opportunity here late in this game.
Cham fouls Lacroix. Swung in. Oof. Directed wide of Lampson's goal. More potential trouble around.
Didn't miss by much there, Dan. Really, it's a dangerous play here late in the game as Eula just comes across and just flicks it. Just didn't miss much. It's just an uncomfortable situation for everyone watching that one. Just drift wide in the back post.
Kappelhoff. Cham to Kalistri. Once again, Johan Kappelhoff. Works down the right side with Eesh. Labraka. David Akam a long way from goal, trying to work his way closer. Gwaan fires, and it's Bush calming it down.
Another good opportunity there, little give and go. We talked about the space that the players are having now late in the game. No one stepping up at an Igbo. Gets it set up, but really never made it difficult for Bush to make that save. His positioning was good. He read it all the way and didn't have to move much.
2 minutes have been added to this game. Labraka swings it over to Johan Kappelhoff. Joey Kalistri. Dragging some defenders with them. Cham searching for a way to break down this Indy 11 team. Eesh. Akam. Gives to Gwaan. They draw a lot of attention. Brandon Vincent fouled outside the area. Yellow card on Indy 11.
And what a great opportunity through a set piece late in this game now. Be great if the Fire can just send it here.
It's Eula who was booked.
Just see it again. Late on that tackle. Vincent sees him coming, just pushes the ball by him. He gets it. That's a good call now. Great opportunity here. Got to make sure that you get quality service.
That's Akam's duty here. Would like another smack at that one.
Well, I mean, it's just a really poor taken set piece, and great opportunity and a good spot now to get a good service or just whip the ball in where you have runners coming in, and makes it really difficult for the goalkeeper to come and challenge anything, and any deflection from that spot can wind up in the back of the net, and just a wasted opportunity there by Akam.
We've gone 90. This one's going to take a little longer. So no goals scored. And an overtime period upcoming, 2:15-minute segments upcoming, or maybe penalties will beckon.
Well, you have 30 minutes to play. I think it's really important now, you know, I mean, nothing's going to change from Indies. They look to be tiring late into the second half. They're going to sit back. I think the Fire, they're going to find those pockets. They're going to find those space in good areas on the field. It's just a question there. Are they going to be able to finish them? And that's been the story of the night.
They've had the chances, just not that finish around frame. And this is an Indy 11 team. Perhaps important matches starting to catch up to them. They looked a little fatigued there, but they fought through it, and here they are, ready for extra time.
Yeah, and look, I mean, haven't dealt with the pace of players like Aniki or Akam, or the outside backs when Ramos was there and Vincent getting forward. And we talked about moments when the Fire picked the tempo up a little bit higher, and then they force them now to move quicker. So and they just played against Carolina not too long ago. So you would think that they're going to be fatigued, but the game plan's not going to change that. They're going to sit back, going to be organized, and they're going to look to hit the Fire on the break.
Frank, we might be here for a while. Let's sit down for about a minute, and we'll join the listeners and viewers right back here in case we go to penalties and we have to call this one for a bit.
Those early games are never the easiest, but you find a way to win those games, and then you pick momentum up and you go. And it's just 5 games. I've been in so many games, not as a player myself, that somehow it wasn't the best matches, but then just one play, you find a way to win, and then like I talked about, just momentum. You gain momentum, and in 5 games you can lift the trophy. And the Fire, the tradition they have in this tournament, it's something that the coaching staff have talked to these players, and there's a lot riding on the line here. And 5 games to win a trophy, and possibly the second team to win the Open Cup 5 times.
Right now, level terms with Seattle, who has captured it 4 times. Lacroix gets the cross through. Waiting was Gwaan and Aniki. Suleiman Yula. Saw him pick up a yellow card there late in regular time. There's Yula. Vukovic launches it over the top, but awaiting there is Campbell. Comes down kindly for Lacroix. Kappelhoff gets involved down the right side. Motoring forward, Coach Eesh. Goes to ground, trying to recover it. But it's Yula and Indy 11 out of the dust now, with some numbers on the attack.
Just a lot of space now, I mean from both sides. And any turnover.
Zayed the cross. Brandon Vincent has to be careful, and he is. Patterson keeps the possession alive for Indy 11. But the step up from Cham. Fire looking to counter. David Akam over the top. Joey Calistri racing onto it. Calistri holds up. Looks for options. Trying to force it into Gwaan and Aniki, and as a result, Indy 11 gobbles it up. Of course, no golden goal. We'll be here for the full half hour. Franco on it.
Yeah, a big difference when that changed to the rule when we played in '98, and that golden goal is in effect then.
What do you prefer?
Because I scored that when we won, I preferred the golden goal.
Good, great answer. Great answer. Thanks for sticking around and staying up late. Frankie Klopas, I'm Dan Kelly. 4th round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup.
Well, the thing that I want is just for the Fire to finish the game instead of going to PKs, because then, you know, anything can happen there. You know, the opportunities that they've had have been many. They haven't been able to capitalize on them. I think there's going to be opportunities more. They got to be smart now how they push the game and make sure they don't give spaces down in the corner where Indy can get something out of this.
Both teams trying to advance to the round of 16. Zayed and Braun motoring up the field, but a little disconnect there, and it allows Gehrig to come away with it.
Now look, the game is so spread out and open right now. It's just the Fire with the quality they have is just making a play in the final third.
Saw David Accam there telling Joey Calistri, come on, drive forward, young man.
Well, especially when you have Vukovic on that side. We talked about, you know, even Calistri coming in. He still has the pace to push that ball and attack Vukovic 1v1.
Good save by Calistri. Kappelhoff gets it back from Coach Eesh. Kappelhoff, the cross, but no one there to get on the end of it.
A really smart play there by Falvey, and that he showed his experience there. Almost read that Kappelhoff was going to cut that ball back. It was in a perfect position to intercept that.
Zayed pokes it free for Justin Braun, but unable to do anything.
But I tell you, on this left side and for Indy and the right side here for the Fire, and you've seen the success that Kappelhoff had. I think Eula is not a guy that wants to defend, and any little give and goes, you see Kappelhoff going behind him. I think got to look to expose more this area here on the right side, left side here for Indy. Because with Kappelhoff and Calistri, they definitely have the pace now to get behind Eula and Vukovic there.
Speaking of pace, it's Accam. Calistri closed down by Aniki. Will be a deep throw. Third and final substitution for Indy 11. As Lacroix will come off.
And you bring a guy like, I think it's Sinisau Budiparepovic. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name. It's not the easiest name. I thought the Greek names were long, but good luck on this one, Dan.
Bubi Parapovic.
Very good.
Little MLS history. Coach Eesh recaptures. Campbell in the middle, Labraca. Brandon Vincent has some time and room out wide. Little cross coming, but John Bush gets to it before Raavan Coach Eesh could. Quickly upfield comes Indy 11. Zayed into the area. Lamps it off his line and grabs it before Braun could get a look. Cham to Labraca. But it's Indy 11 pushing it forward. Zayed with Braun in front of him. Takes a deflection, will be a corner. As we look at that work from Matt Lamson most recently.
Here's this opportunity that Justin Braun had. Seeing as that plays to Zayed there, and it just drifts to the back post. Just good first touch, goes around Campbell, and Campbell's pretty smart because just a little push there with his hand seems to throw Braun off balance a little bit, and Lamson does a good job just coming out and averting danger from that. But Fire got to be careful a little bit as they push numbers forward now.
Swinging towards the 18 from Patterson. Scooped into the air by Brandon Vincent. Ubi Parapovic. As Lamson was ready, and with Braun right nearby, avoids the spillage. The quick counter. Labraka's pass. Aniki has to wait for it. Switching things over to David Accam. Accam into the area. That draws a lot of attention. And quickly regathered by Indy 11.
Again, there was a great switch there by Igbo to isolate Accam 1v1. I think Franco's done a pretty good job there on the right side, just dealing at times with him 1v1, and obviously many times when Falvey comes over and is in a position to help Franco.
Patterson, Ubi Parapovic. The block there from Kappelhoff. This is Brandon Vincent. Spots the Romanian in the midfield. Over for Kali Cham. Keeps it on the grass to Accam. Aniki. Kappelhoff is available. Johan Kappelhoff the cross. Knocked down by Bush. Eesh! Big boot save from John Bush.
There's just so many opportunities for the Fire again, and it just their ability to attack these wide areas.
It's Aniki. Smelling goal once again. Look at that most recent chance.
And here you go again. I mean, Sinisa comes in, doesn't track runners, and just Copa tries to find Accam just in the back post. It's just so unlucky where just the ball bounces up, hits Bush as he's coming out, and just takes a bad deflection. Here you see it again. And then obviously just the second effort there by Cochise, and a good save there. Reaction save by Bush.
Kappelhoff, since he came into this game off the bench, has been creating danger down the right side with those crosses. They almost finally break through. Remains scoreless in extra time. They continue to play Aniki physical. There was Franco on him. Now Aniki trying to squirrel loose. Gets the cross through. And Bush makes sure to hold on to it.
Really good stuff there by Bush. Ball whipped in. Not easy, because a lot of times the goalkeeper just freezes on those balls that are just driven into the box, but comes out and just picks that one up and just averts any danger there with Igbo running in.
Here's Braun. Eula looked like things were going to open up for him. So John Bush has been tested in recent minutes. Heaved in by Labraka. Recovered by David Accam. Here comes the blistering pace from a calm. Numbers developing for the Fire. Calistri tries to go back to a calm. Shouts for a handball there on a calm, and it's Indy away with it.
Just another great opportunity there. Just you find a calm with space, you get a 3v2 going the other way, and just the inability of the Fire now just to get a quality shot off in the final third. And it's a good block there by Campbell, just really throwing his body and not giving an opportunity to Braun there have a clear shot on goal.
But Indy 11 stays behind the ball. Ubi Peripovic making the turn, and Indy 11 finds goal. It's Justin Braun, and it's 1-0.
And there's Sinisa coming in, and they brought him in this late in the game because obviously if you give him time and space, he's able to find those players. And found Braun, who just took a touch and was able to turn and get a quick shot off to the back post with the left foot. But listen, it's not the golden goal. There's still 15 minutes left to be played here in the second overtime, and the way this game has been going and the opportunities that the Fire have gotten there, they got to feel that they're going to get their opportunities. It's just a matter now of just putting one in the goal. You know, the game is cruel at times. You create chance after chance after chance after chance, and you don't put it away, and that's what happens then.
Perhaps now more urgency and desperation trailing. David Accam again over the bar. Took a deflection, will be a corner. Labraca-Reddies keeping a close wrap on a calm in the penalty area. Calistri fights his way to it, and underneath it was Gehrig.
Well, you're playing for your life right now. You're playing, everything's on the line the next 15 minutes. You just, you know, as tired as you are, you just got to will yourself through this. You know, you got to just push the tempo. You know, Indy's going to sit back now. There's no reason now really to push anything. They're going to stay compact and really take no risks. So it's up to the Fire now just to push the tempo, pressure, win second balls, force them to make mistakes, and then just score. All the opportunities, you got to convert one of them, Dan.
The chances were there. Unfortunately, Indy 11 had a few too, and Justin Braun, they gave him one too many looks. He finds goal. We'll see how the Fire respond now.
Well, you have 15 minutes. Nothing is lost. It's not the golden goal like in the past.
And the difference maker again, number 20 for Indy 11, Justin Braun.
Well, Braun's been active the whole game. Is the one guy that's just, you know, going to work really hard in here. As soon as he gets the ball, it's just gets a touch, turns, and it's just Gehrig is there, doesn't get the block, and the ball goes obviously to the back post, and you see it again. Left foot turns, and I think Lamson gets a hand on it. But with all those opportunities, you knew someone was going to score one, and you know, and it's just unfortunate that with the chances you've had now, they go down on the other end, and they're the team to score. But somehow now you got to find a way in the next 15 minutes just to push this tempo, press, and convert the chances, Dan. There's nothing else you can say. You can talk all you want, but if you create 20 chances and don't score, it'll be difficult to win any games.
Fight for your lives. On the other end, we had a cool little peek in on the team talk there from Indy 11. It looked like Tim Hankinson, their veteran manager, was letting his players do most of the talking.
Well, that's the comfort of having all those veteran guys. If you look at the experience that's on the field, and it's an ideal situation for them, but nothing's lost. You have 15 minutes. And again, if the Fire did not create chances, you would have your doubts. But the amount of chances that they've created, they just got to push with everything they have in the last, 15 minutes here and just equalize and find a way to advance.
So 15 minutes to answer. Cham sends it over to Lacroix. David Accam finds it, but only momentarily.
And that's fine. It's a good start in. Just get the balls out wide, get service in the box with numbers in there, and just make those hard runs. Win the second balls and just keep the pressure on.
There's the pressure. But Indy 11 handles it well. Pano helping keep this game moving. This is Johan Kappelhoff.
That's a difficult ball there. I mean, just get the ball out wide. You're trying to play with 10 guys behind the ball, but good tenacity and his ability to stay with the play.
Kappelhoff just a little too far in front of David Accam.
But just the one play before Kappelhoff, I mean, it's so congested and compact there in the middle. He should find.
Braun leaves for Eula. Lampson hurriedly off his line to skid onto that one.
Just got to attack this wide areas and just either take shots, hit a lot of crosses in the box with the numbers in there, and just continue to put this Indy team under pressure.
Here's Accam using the pace out wide. Picking up the pieces. Sent in by Accam. The goal kick upcoming.
And look, that's what it's going to do. I mean, it's just, they're so fatigued right now. Just everything that you put in there, quality service, you have numbers in there, things can happen, deflections can happen. Get another opportunity through a set piece now. Just, you don't get the first one, see if you can win those second ball and just continue the pressure, pile the pressure on.
Kappelhoff in a race. Bumped forward by Indy 11 and Aniki. Sitting back now and enjoying this 1-0 advantage. Here's Kochish. Operates in tight quarters with Cham. Little trot forward by Gehrig. As Accam unable to secure it. A few bounces of the ball before the goal kick from John Bush with his team leading.
Well, look, he's an experienced guy. Every time he gets the ball, he's going to try to waste as much time as he possibly can.
Brandon Vincent 1v2.
That's where Kalisa, you got to be stronger there.
Recovered though. Lacroix eases his way in, gives it a hit, big stop Bush, and the rebound put wide by Aniki.
Just another opportunity there. I mean, how many can you get and miss this? I mean, it's just an unbelievable opportunity there. Look. Here, you get the ball out wide. Lacroix does a great job now, cuts inside. Great first save by Bush as the ball comes out. Aniki, you got to bury that one.
It was right there for the taking. Down to ground goes Gehrig. One back by Calistri. A lot of room for Brandon Vincent down the left side. Pushed over that way by Raavan Eesh. Little over 10 minutes to go in extra time. Little feint by Lacroix gives him some room. As Cham was nearest but dealt with initially by Indy 11.
Look, we talked about it. The Fire are going to get chances.
Akam shimmies loose. David Akam into the area. Another feint. Akam fires! King David has leveled it. Just in time.
And here you go. And what a great run here. Just makes the first guy. Cuts the ball back. And that's what you need, a special play by a special player. It took all this time to do it, but we talked about the opportunity. Here you go again. What a great cut. Then you has 3 players just sliding, and just a great finish. Now, it takes a little bit of a deflection, but it doesn't matter. The ball is in the back of the net. And I think the Fire just got to push in a smart way and just end the game now.
Little more life now at Toyota Park. And David Akam proving once again that he's got more than just pace.
Well, he needed something special with all the chances, and it took a really special play there by Akam. Just his ability now just to make one guy drive by, cut the ball back, and it just slot that. It's just an incredible play. Just beats 3 or 4 defenders.
So now go win this thing in real time and avoid penalties as David Akam out wide. Calistri the cross. As Brandon Vincent was able to get a foot to it. Well done by Kappelhoff to recover it. Maybe a little play to remember there by Johan. Back and forth between Calistri and Lacroix. As Joey couldn't catch up to it. So Akam ties it in the 110th minute. Lacroix dishes to Calistri, takes his time. Scoops it by everybody. Will be a goal kick for John Bush.
Really poor quality there. You have an opportunity with numbers in. That's where Joey Calistri has to really focus more and just give the guys in the box an opportunity to challenge for that ball. Just a wasted opportunity.
Joey Calistri, he's done some good things as a rookie, but at times he's been fighting it tonight. Well done by Cham to win the aerial duel. David Akam darting forward. Calistri to his right. Joey Calistri shoots it wide. Just bounding wide of that near post.
Well, good opportunity there. There, you see Akam again, and it just leads a pass forward to Calistri, and then just, you know, you shoot, you pass to the back post, it doesn't matter. That's where Aniki has got to make that hard run in.
Cham had a hold of the shirt. Eula there looking for the call. It's Brandon Vincent. Able to keep possession. A risky play by Vincent, but to the right guy, Eric Gehrig. Pressure on a calm, causing the turnover. Brandon Vincent stays down on the ground. And Eula sees that and will play it out.
Well, you hope he's okay because there's just no more subs left here to make.
Getting some help and stretching help from Kappelhoff is a concerned Veljko Paunovic looking on. So they give possession back to Indy 11 after the classy move initially by playing it out. About 5 minutes to go. Kali Cham. Kalistri is fouled.
Back pocket, maybe that's a red.
Just a yellow. Coach Eesh wants to get on with this thing. Another look.
There you see it again. Good first touch by Joey. I'll tell you what, the studs were high up on that tackle by Vukovic. Late to the tackle and studs up.
Fourth yellow on Indy 11.
And that's where I feel when Joey, when he gets opportunities like that, especially on him, just to turn and have more confidence to run at that back line, run at Vukovic when he gets the space.
Raavan Coach Eesh frustrated. Couldn't hold that ball on the line. Cham trying to settle. It's Kappelhoff called for the foul, rising up there. And not much flow here in the final minutes. If you're new to the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, nothing is decided in the next couple of minutes. Penalties will be next. Cham got a boot to it. Kalistri with the press. Justin Braun has scored for the visitors. David Accam for the Chicago Fire.
And that's a great ball by Vukovic.
A little too close for the Fire supporters liking there.
Just a really good delivery there. He talked about if you give him that time on the ball, he's got that quality now to whip that ball in, but not only whip it in, his ability to find runners, which he almost did that Braun in the box.
Still around goal, Indy 11. Good step up by Campbell. Maybe the last try here for the Fire. Led by David Accam, Kalistri and Gwaan in front of him. As Accam couldn't get it through to Gwaan.
One last push here, a couple minutes left. Just see if the Fire can get another opportunity.
A minute at a time. LaBraca keeps it on the grass. David Accam. David Accam fires it over the bar.
Well, maybe that was the last opportunity here for the Fire.
It was on the right guy's foot.
Here you see it again. LaBraca getting that ball, and he's been so dangerous coming inside, and obviously getting his head up and picking Accam. Gets a lucky deflection there, but doesn't need much to get that shot off. It just goes just over the crossbar there.
Chom trying to create a turnover there. "120 minutes, not enough." Next stop in Bridgeview, Illinois, to the penalties. We're almost there. Now we are. Now a risky proposition, Frank.
Yeah, well, you know, I know this is something every day that I was out and watching the team train, and this is something that they worked on, obviously, after every session, but it's different doing it in training and different kind of pressure now in the games.
Now we look at some of the highlights.
Well, here's that Indy first goal. You know, seeing himself find Braun in the box. Good first touch, and his ability to, not only his touch, just to turn in one motion and find the back post, and great finish. You see that again. Just a great goal on their part, but you know, here's just a special goal by a special player, and the ability now to create something on his own, beating 3 or 4 players, cuts the ball back, takes a deflection, but you'll take it with the amount of opportunities that they created, nothing going in. Here you see it again, just fakes that shot, and obviously 2 defenders going down. And then Aniki actually slides, gets a foot on it, winds up in the back of the net. But just initially, his ability just to make Vukovic use his pace, cut the ball back. Both goals were really special. It's just too bad that the Fire, from the 20 chances they had, didn't score more. And
you think back to Kennedy Gwaan, a few good chances. But here we are.
Well, like I said, you know, Dan, you know, this is something that they've practiced. They know who can step up and take it, and it's a mentality thing. With some guys, when it's on the line, that they look great at training and they don't want to take them during the game, and other guys that don't take them well in training, and now they have the right mentality and the attitude, and they want to take them, and they step up, and you know, they relish moments like this with pressure on.
You've been in this position before as a manager. Do you ever just go with your gut feeling too sometimes?
Well, listen, because this is stuff that you talk about before you prepare for moments. I mean, you wish that the game would end, but you know, like I said, I mean, in the sessions that I've been out there, something that they've, you know, took the PKs, they've worked on this, but like I said, it's different. But I think the coach knows the mentality and has talked with the players and knows who has the comfort level in moments like this to step up and take it.
John Bush and Matt Lamson having a little chat before they do some of their most important work of the evening. So getting ready for the crucial moments. Who wants to be a hero? Who wants to try to avoid making that giant miss? Thanks to all the supporters from both sides who have stayed up a little late this evening.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When I was coaching here with the Fire, and if we had an opportunity to have our home fans, the Fire fans behind you, I always felt good.
Patterson will have to deal with that. But he finds goal. First try, first goal from Indy. It's been a frustrating night for Kennedy Gwaan with some chances. As they all gather at midfield to watch. Former teammates, Kennedy Gwaan against his goalkeeper last year, John Bush. And at Gwaan, the frustrating night continues.
Well, the one thing you want to do as a shooter, you got to get it on frame. At least make the goalkeeper make a save. And it just seems like he just, a lot has to do so late and fatigue. He stutter steps there, slow approach, and just gets under it. Got to believe that Lamson has a couple saves in him, and he's going to have to now.
Zayed makes it 2 for 2 for Indy 11. So now the slow walk for Kali Cham. Gwaan missed the first one. But Cham slots home the second.
Struck it really well on that one, even though Bush gets the right corner. It was struck with power and pace, and he had no chance on that one. And that's probably the one guy that Bush, being here last year, would not have seen, maybe even in training. So he has a little bit of advantage knowing some of the guys taking the PKs and their tendencies.
Vukovic trying to make it 3 for 3 for Indy 11. Lamson the save. That's what they needed.
Guessed right, and really no power behind this one. There you go. I mean, slow approach. Lamson guessed right all the way. Really, Vukovic didn't have the power. Really great save there now by Lamson. Can even things up here if Vincent puts this one away.
See what the rookie can do. Brandon Vincent on John Bush. And he sneaks it in. Level terms again. The drama continues. Next up is Daniel Keller. Lamson does it again. So right now climbing on the shoulders of their keeper, Matt Lamson.
Well, again, Matt just picked the right corner, read it right. How things change now. Big opportunity here for Lacroix just to give the Fire the edge.
Veljko Paunovic and his staff watching on. It's now Nick Labrocka's time. Advantage, yes. Chicago Fire.
That's the one that you strike that one with confidence. Difficult for any keeper in the world to save that one.
Upper 90 with authority. Now the confident keeper, Matt Lamson. Next up is Ubi Peripovic. Lamson can't stop it. Survival for Indy 11.
But a calm can win it though.
Ubi Peripovic sends it by.
You love moments like this as a player. I love this moment. So if you have an opportunity to step up in situations like that where you can give your team a win here.
He got him here in the first place with his work and his goal. It would be fitting for David Accam to finish it.
100%. The goal he's scoring just to end it here. He's close to the fans and he can run up there and just celebrate with the fans.
Hello, David Accam. Good night, Indy 11. Tonight the sirens mean celebration. On to the round of 16. It wasn't easy tonight, Frank.
Well, the thing we talked about there's just a 2-week break, and look, it wasn't the best game, but they did create a lot of opportunities. They didn't finish, but the important thing is that you find a way to win and you move on, and that's the important thing now. They won this game, they found a way to win. Lamson had a big performance here in the end in the PKs. And in the end, I think this is something you can build on now and gain some momentum.
Pano saluting the supporters in Section 8. Matt Lamson has a new friend and a few friends behind him after his big stops in penalties. And we look at the last penalty from David Accam to seal the deal. Well placed.
Very well placed. And it was amazing. It was like Bush and Accam, they were looking at each other to see who's going to make the first move. No one did. So he just said, okay, let me just pick the top corner, left corner. Bush is right, and just send it right now.
And look at that. Happy human. Veljko Paunovic felt the pressure, as did Chicago Fire supporters in this team. It looked like they were going to be knocked out by Indy 11, but they do their best work late. So we look at some more highlights. Old friends there, Lavelle Palmer and David Accam. A few hugs and high fives. And let's look at the meat of this game, the goals. It took a while for them to come. There was a lot of chances, especially from the Fire.
It took, well, for sure, but there were, I think, both goals were nice. I think that Indy with Braun scored a really nice goal. Never easy with his back to goal, and and obviously, what can you say about David Accam's goal there? Just a special player, and just his ability now. Just you needed something special. We talked about it, all the chances, and here's that first goal. As soon as I'm playing that ball to Braun, one touch, it just his ability to turn and get that out frame in the back post, and to open the score for Indy. Great finish, and you see it here again. Just a little space. Garrick doesn't get tight, but just his ability with one touch to trap and turn and hit that in the back post. But there was a lot of time left. A lot of time left. We see it again.
And he was dangerous all night, Justin Braun.
Well, his work rate. I mean, his just ability. Zaid was just going to stay in the box. He was going to run the channels, drift wide, and here's that special play. He picks it up, facing the back line, megs one guy, Vukovic, fakes the shot with his right, cuts it back, little deflection, but just winds up in the back of the net and scores the equalizer there and the winner. Here you go again. A little meg on Vukovic, fakes the shot, little deflection, but goes in.
It was a good look by Accam in that celebration too, saying, look, I got this, don't worry, calm down, calm down.
Yeah, and it was befitting, like you said. Now when you go to PK, so you see it again. Little meg, fake the shot, cuts inside, little deflection of Aniki there, it goes in the back of the net. And it definitely had it, like he's saying to the fans, don't worry, even in PKs, I'll end it for you guys. And he did. And look, he was dangerous all night. He created a lot of opportunities.
And the way the penalty started, it looked like Indy 11 might walk away with a victory.
Well, that was early, the Patterson score, and then Bonanica just getting under it, obviously.
And that's when the doubt started to creep in.
Zaid finishing there, really well placed. Thiam stepping up, almost in the same spot, same corner, identical. PK's taken. Really not much the goalkeeper can do there. And this is the one where I think Lamson reads him. Really no power behind Vukovic. Just shot. Vincent steps up. Great to see the rookie stepping up in moments like this and having the confidence. And then another big save here by Lamson. And then Labroca, for me, just stepping up with confidence, just striking the top corner here. Good luck on saving that. Dan, only you could have saved that one, I think.
The veteran with the ripper upper 90.
I mean, no doubt in that one, no. I mean, steps up with confidence. Sinisa finishing that one.
Will be
really hard, yeah, for the goalkeeper, Matt, to do anything. And here's a little dance for you. And then take that. Freezes the goalkeeper, Bush. They're both looking at each other. Says, okay, I'm just going to put it top corner, see if you can save it.
Joy and jubilation from David Accam and a relieved Veljko Pavlovic and his coaching staff. It's on to the round of 16. It wasn't easy.
Well, you see everything in that reaction, the emotions, what this game meant to them. And here's that finish. And like I said, never easy. But a game like this now, can build a lot of momentum going forward. We talked about 5. There's 4 games left now to win the trophy.
Frank, it's great to call a tournament that you were part of the history. Hopefully the Fire make more history this year. And thanks to all the Chicago Fire supporters and Indy 11 supporters and fans of the beautiful game for staying up late for us. The Chicago Fire advanced to the round of 16. Indy 11, though, a very difficult opponent tonight. It took the Fire until penalties. Join Frank Klopas and I this Saturday night from Denver, Colorado. The Fire get back into MLS action. They take on the Rapids. Until then, good night from a happy Toyota Park.